Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the West Ham world. Apologies for yesterday when I started filming yesterday. I went for about 5 or 6 minutes, so I had to delete the video because basically the battery went literally halfway through talking about the game and it just went boom like that, died. So I'll come back to do the video today. West Ham Burnley tomorrow, and more importantly the protest tomorrow. We'll start with a little bit on the protest because in case people go and don't watch it to the end, get yourself down to Stratford Station if you can as a West Ham fan, or if you're an opposition fan and you support what West Ham are trying to do by get this poison, toxic board out of our club. At 12:30, Stratford Station, we'll be marching all the way down to the gates where the directors go in. There's a hearse. I believe the Cockney Rejects guy is going to be there as well. All the big West Ham YouTube channels are going to be there. Big West Ham accounts as well will be there. And more importantly, all of us as a fan base together will be there. I hope there's thousands there tomorrow. We hold the record currently for the biggest protest march against an owner. I'm hoping that gets beaten tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good day tomorrow. And hopefully we get a result as well, which will be, icing on the cake for what could hopefully be a really productive day in terms of the protest, but also productive in terms of West Ham's league position. So where are Burnley sitting? Burnley are sitting one place above us on 10 points with -7 goal difference. We sit just below them on 7. So this is a massive, massive game. If we win, we go level on points with them. I think it would take a big win to go level in terms of going above them. But we can't just let Newcastle be a one-off. We're up for it because Newcastle are a good club, they're a big club. That needs to be the level, at least, of performance and passion and energy. Yes, you can lose games like that. Yes, we will lose games. But at least if I see that West Ham are giving it some, putting effort in, showing passion, showing energy and desire, you can take that out of the game. But that is how we have to play. We can't be on the Xanax at half-time. We can't be at the Xanax for the first 3 to 5 minutes of a game where we go down a goal. We need to be in it and we need to be bang on it. So look at Burnley's recent results. They lost 2-0 to Arsenal. Most teams will lose to Arsenal this year. Before that, a 3-2 win at Wolves. Again, Wolves are arguably the worst team in the Premier League this season. I thought it could be us at one point. I'm hoping, like I say, we've turned a corner. They beat Leeds, again, another team that I think could be down there with us. And obviously lost to Villa. So they're beating the teams around them. And that's what will keep you up at the end of the season. But we can't allow them to do that to us. We need to go and beat them. I absolutely love their manager, Scotty Parker. For me, one of my favourite players I've watched as a West Ham fan in my lifetime. Remember, I'm only 40. Canio, blah, 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 etc. But Scotty Parker got West Ham. He epitomised what West Ham was about during that period. Kept us up by himself for 3 years. And in the 4 years he was at West Ham, he won 3-time Hammer of the Year. Not many players have done that, and if you look at the list of the people that have won it 3 times, you're talking Julian Dix, Billy Bonds, Bobby Moore, and Sir Trev. There's not many that have won it 3 times. So Scotty I've got very fond memories of Scott Parker, passion and energy. And I like him as a manager. Yeah, he's slightly pragmatic. They're ridiculous defensive record in the Championship last year. And good luck to him. I wouldn't mind him being West Ham manager one day in the future if that is the case. He spoke very kindly. I watched his press conference on the train home this afternoon. And when they asked him about West Ham, he said, I've got a lot of love for that club. They were very good to my family in the 4 years I was there. So, listen, I don't want you to win on Saturday, Scotty, but I wouldn't mind just if you stay up. It would show that you've got it in you. He's done good jobs at other clubs before as well. It's only that he spoke out at Bournemouth, I believe it was, that he ended up getting fired for that. So, but yeah. In terms of games coming up after the international break, they've got Chelsea, they've got Brentford. Palace, Newcastle. They've got some tough games like we have. So this is a big game. It's huge. It's huge game. Last time we played them was back in 2024, where it was 2-2 at the London Stadium. Before that, we beat them 2-1 at their ground. Just games at the London Stadium, though. 2-2, 1-1, and a 1-0 win as well. And obviously the famous game that was the frustration build-up at the cancelled protest, where, we flooded that director's box underneath it, and they were throwing things and everything. But that was a build-up of tension and frustration at the council march because we weren't allowed to march that day. So this game has got a lot of, memories that link to protests and stuff like that. Let's have a look at them. So in terms of their strengths, they like shooting directly from free kicks, finishing their scoring chances. They are good at finishing when they do get a chance, creating long shots opportunities, and they're very good at protecting leads when they do get the lead. Their weaknesses are avoiding offside, defending against long shots, aerial duels, keeping possession, and defending against skillful players. And it lists Burnley style of players, taking long shots, long balls, attacking down the right hand side, consistent first 11, like to play in their own half, and they're don't particularly play that aggressive. Let's have a look. So in terms of the lineup, they usually play a 4-2-3-1 formation with the Bradford in goal, former Newcastle goalkeeper, Hartman at left back, Esteve and Tunzanabi, former Manchester United youth player, Kyle Walker, arguably one of the best right backs that ever played in the Premier League at right back. Then they have the midfield of Florentino and ex-Hammer Josh Cullen. Anthony Ukacheweko, that's a hard one to pronounce, Larson and Fleming up front. Let's say we should, if we turn up and play like we did against Newcastle, can get early goal and the chances go in for us, we should beat them, and we need to be beating them. We need to be beating them. With us, you wouldn't make any changes really, would you? Apart from Darren there's just said about he's read that Wilson's injured. If he is injured, then I don't want to see us not play a striker. I'd rather see Callum Marshall start up front. But yeah, I wouldn't really change anything apart from that. If Wilson is injured, then obviously, yeah, I'd bring Marshall in. So I don't want to see Paquetá up front. Nuno is stressed over the last few weeks in his press conferences about Paquetá being a number 10 and owning that position and owning the number, the prestige of a number 10. And that's where you want to see him. You want to see Potsy in there. You want to see Fernandez in there and Somerville Bowen. There's nothing I would change really. Like I say, apart from if we're forced to with a striker. Just checking the comments there. Massive game for us, as you say. Same starting level as last week. Can't change a winning team. No. And Darren Turner says, what about Guilherme as a striker? Possibly, mate. Yeah. But like I said, I don't want any of the other players, Paquetá, Bowen, I don't want them as striker. I want them kept in their natural position and then just play a striker. Like, the worst that Marshall could do is, I don't know, there's not really worse that he could do unless he passes the ball back and it leads to a goal against us, like I remember Colton Cole doing a couple of years ago, where he passed the ball to Jermaine Defoe, but then 10 minutes later scored an absolute worldie. He will give us something to aim at, a willing runner, and a good finisher. And what better team to play against, really, than someone like a Burnley or a Wolves, where they've come up and they're good defensively, but they're not the elite. They're not a Van Dijk, they're not a Ruben Diaz. Even last week, like the Botmans and people like that are really good defenders. Yeah, but please play a striker. If Callum Wilson is not fit, I don't want to see Paquetá up there. I don't want to see Bowen up there. What we got here? Souček is striker. So listen, Big Tom, he's not a starter for West Ham anymore, but I won't have anything said against him. I think the other channels have said it as well. he gets West Ham. He loves West Ham, and he scores some bloody important goals for us. He's got a place still, and he will score some important goals this year. If we are to stay up, you know, he'll probably score at least 5 important goals that will count towards keeping us up this season. But yeah, that's about it really, guys. I don't want to go on for too long. Do I think we can win? Yes. Do I think we'll win? Do you know what? I think we will. I think we will. I think it might be tight. 1-0, 2-1. But yeah, I think the protest will bring a sort of nice carnival feel, and there'll be a lot of old West Ham now. I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to the protest. It's a shame that we have to have protests. You know, ideally we'd have brilliant owners and these situations wouldn't occur. But I'm looking forward to it. I am. And then I am going the game after as well. What does it say? What did you think of the centre-back switching sides? It worked, didn't it, mate? Listen, if you do something and it works, you've got to give credit for it. And it did work. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe they felt, I don't know, maybe their concentration level was slightly higher because they were on the other side. Maybe there was some sort of thinking in that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I will be filming during the protest tomorrow. So if you can't get there, I know the other channels will do it as well. But, you know, I know a lot of people appreciated me doing it last time. So yeah, I will be filming tomorrow, live streaming as much as I can, just so you guys can feel the atmosphere. If you can't unfortunately be there, you'll be there in spirit. I'm sure of that. But yeah, catch me live tomorrow from about 12:30. You know, as soon as the march starts walking, get some videos and stuff and see how it goes. And then after the game, when I get home, I'll do a review of the game. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Come on, your irons. Keep believing. Get yourself to the protest tomorrow. If you see me, come and say hello. Really appreciate meeting everyone that's a fan. Let's go.